Thank you, Gretchen, and welcome everybody to today's Community Police Review Board. I think today marks a year that we've been doing these virtually. Well, maybe not today, but this is our April meeting last year. We started virtually. So thank you to everyone who's had the patience to continue to keep joining us and participating in the meetings. We, as a board, we meet 4 times a year. We are, by city ordinance, I believe it is, we are charged to review any community complaints that come through the process that members of the community may not be satisfied with their complaint process. I believe that we do not have any that we're reviewing today. So when we don't have those to review, we do spend time making sure we are up to date and up to speed, and we are informed on processes. And today, one of the topics that we'll be going through is the review process itself, and we may review that in some detail just to talk it through as board members. We are short on board members today. I don't know if I said my name. I'm Jody Sherwood, and I'm the chair. We are also, as a city, going through an audit, if you will, of the police department. And part of that audit is looking at this committee to see if there's a potential to evolve the group, if you will. And so the city council has elected not to appoint new board members to the committee while we're going through that process. I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to our audit update. But first, I think we have a point of order to call the roll, Gretchen, if you could.
I would be happy to do that. And Jody, we've got you here. Member Hull.
Here.
Great. And I see that members Bevan Clapper, John Michael McDaniel, and Stephen Rice are all not with us tonight. Is that right, or did I miss seeing you? All right, then I'm gonna ask, Oni, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Oni Marchbanks. I am a member of, I sit on several boards in the community, so thank you.
Thank you, very good. And Leah, do you want to say hi?
Hi everyone, my name is Leah Brooks. I'm a LCSW locally here.
Very good. And Dr. Brown?
Hello everyone, I am a volunteer and I live in Ward 5. And as always, it's a pleasure to be here to serve our community.
Very good, thank you. And let's see, Les, you're here today with us?
Les Ruark, instant person from Gillum County. Currently, I've lived here for about 36 years, but prior to that, I was privileged to have lived in Salem for several years and worked for a Salem area state senator. I also chaired a neighborhood association board in Salem.
Very good, welcome. Mark, you want to say hi?
Thank you. My name is Mark Weinstein. I'm an assistant city attorney and I'm legal advisor to the CPRB.
Very good. And I think Ryan, did I see you sign in?
Yes. My name is Ryan Botkin. I'm interning with the city of Salem, and I'm a senior at Corbin University.
Very good. And then I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Ben Bales and invite Lieutenant Bales with Salem Police Department to introduce his team.
Hi everybody, my name is Ben Bales. I'm the lieutenant over our unit now that we call Professional Standards. We formerly called it Internal Affairs, and we've changed the name. One of the things that Chief Womack instituted from the audit was we needed a little bit bigger footprint in our office, and so we've added another sergeant. They're both on the call with me. Lance Deedy and then Matt Riddle are the 2 sergeants in our unit. And then very good. We're glad you're here. We have a new member joining us, Lieutenant, and before you, I think you've got a little bit more to share in your introduction, but I wanted to get this other board member into the room if that's okay, so he can hear you too. For sure.
Steve Rice, I think you're just joining us. Hi, Steve. We're just completing introductions.
Well, sorry I'm late.
We're just glad you're here.
Okay. Well, I got caught in traffic.
Oh, that is no fun. Glad you made it home, and I'm glad we've got you.
No, I had traffic just in the bedroom here, but I forgot all about it.
Traffic with your pets, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Lieutenant Bales, go ahead and continue. We will welcome your introductory remarks.
Oh, thank you. One thing we noticed, we got a list of questions that the board had been very interested in trying to get some information about. And in meeting with Chief Womack, he wanted me to express to all of you that we want to provide as much information as quickly and as we can to address and answer any of your questions and concerns. We are certainly completely opening to refining things, considering additional data requests as they come in. And please understand we have a new chief and things are evolving, and we're definitely making some adjustments, and we're learning more through the audit. And we look forward to any feedback or comments that you guys have about any of the stuff that we provided. The one thing I wanted to touch on is there's just a couple things that we're not able to provide at this time. And I'll explain real briefly. One of the questions was we were asked about conviction rates for the people that we arrest. That is not something that we track. We don't have any of that information. I would imagine the Marion County District Attorney's Office does, and we could try to reach out to them, but that isn't something we track internally. We don't have anything to do once the arrest is completed. That's a process done either by Marion or Polk County District Attorney's Office, and so we just don't have that information. Another one similarly was the number of fines issued. We don't control that either. Many of the citations that officers write, they get resolved without ever having any kind of a trial or a appearance where the officer would be there. And so again, that's not something we track. I'm guessing the municipal court probably does. And so that's something maybe we could reach out through that avenue, but it isn't something the police department has. We were asked about a community survey. I know that the city has conducted a community survey. I definitely know that it had some information in there about approval ratings for the police department, but that wasn't conducted by the police department. And so I'll get with Gretchen after this meeting and see if we can track that down, who might have that within the city. I would imagine we could get our hands on that and then be able to share that. And the last item was any workplace survey data on officer job satisfaction that we would do internally. The last survey we conducted was back in 2014, and about 60% of our police department has been hired since that time. So I don't know that it's still relevant, but I'm trying to get a copy of that from Deputy Chief Belshaw. Once I can get a copy of that, I'm happy to share. Even though it is old, we'd be happy to share it. We're trying to share as much as we can, but everything else that was in that list about use of force data, arrest statistics, demographics, we've provided all that information, and we look forward to hearing some feedback after you have time to just digest it and have a chance to go through it and see if there's other things that you guys would like to have.
Lieutenant Bells, can I, Chair Sherwood, I'm going to ask that we pause the meeting for a moment. I need to, because we don't have a quorum, I need to speak with Gretchen Bennett. So if we can just pause this meeting for a moment, and Ms. Bennett,